For decades, we've thought of human memory like an infinite archive. We imagine our experiences neatly bound and filed away in strict chronological order, a quiet library where the past stays in the past. But this model fails under extreme stress. If traumatic memories were simply books on a shelf, a person could choose to leave them closed. Talk to a trauma survivor, and the event has little to do with history. It's an immediate physical reality crashing into the present tense. To explain this, researcher Nanda Sath-Neok proposed the DHI, or Dynamic-Holographic-Implicit memory framework. This model argues that memory is a living, non-linear fabric woven entirely from sensory and emotional associations. To understand why trauma traps us, we have to recognize the brain as an active projector, a system capable of completely rewriting our current reality based on its own internal associations. When you experience a high-stress event, your brain has a standard intake process. Normally, a region called the hippocampus acts as a librarian, providing context and mapping the experience before filing it away. During terror, the amygdala hijacks the system, forcing a synaptic shortcut. Sensory fragments, smoke, a headlight, a voice, are forcefully linked by intense fear. This creates a trait potential well, a massive gravitational sinkhole in the mind, carved by sensory fear. The trauma structurally warps the architecture of the brain, leaving behind a permanent hazard where future thoughts and behaviors inevitably fall toward that same state of fear. Years can pass. The survivor might be sitting in a perfectly safe living room. That structural warp in the mind remains completely dormant, waiting for a specific condition. The catalyst is usually something entirely mundane. A passing scent or a faint distant sound enters the brain and gets caught in the gravitational pull of that invisible trauma well. Bypassing normal memory retrieval, the default mode network takes over. This single sensory cue triggers an instantaneous hologenic projection. The entire fear network activates at once, projecting the past state over present reality, eclipsing the safe living room with the raw data of the trauma. During a flashback, the brain successfully convinces the physical body that the danger is happening right here and right now. When your own biology insists you are under attack, escape feels biologically impossible. This leaves us with a difficult question. If trauma physically reweaves the architecture of the mind to project fear, how can traditional talk therapy reach it? Biology provides a mechanism for change through a process called reconsolidation. Every time we recall a memory, it undergoes a transformation. When triggered, a memory physically unlocks. For 5 hours, the structure becomes fluid and highly malleable. Clinicians use the DHI reweaving protocol during this window. By triggering the sensory cue and introducing a biological safety proof, they interrupt the fear pattern. The intervention alters the memory's emotional valence charge. While the sensory facts remain, the gravitational pull flattens, stripping the paralyzing fear from the original trigger. The mind's projection is an active, continuous process. By understanding this fabric of memory, we gain the tools needed to reweave our own identities.